Shout out to G-Man Boxing.
Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury have been having some back and forths online. They've been given, interviews talking about the other. They've been going back and forth a bit on Twitter. This, to me, right, is, I suspect, right, and this is what I'm thinking, right, I'm damn near sure this fight's going to happen next. In fact, I'm convinced this fight's going to happen next. When and where, we'll wait for that to kind of unfold. We'll wait for that to just kind of unfold as we go along. But this fight, to me, I'm gunning on this fight happening next. I'm banking. If I had a bet, like, I will put money down on this fight happening next, right? That's just what I believe. This is what I think is going to happen, right? So when I see AJ Fury have these little back and forths on Twitter, give these interviews, this, that, and the other, for me, this is just... look, I'm sure there's some truth to it, but I think this is them kind of, subtly building this fight. Having, AJ say, I don't care where it is, I'll fight you anywhere, whether it's in the Middle East, Far East, wherever, I'll fight you. And you have Tyson Fury come back and saying, you'll fight me, don't duck like you did Wilder. I think I'm paraphrasing it, but he kind of alluded to that. Obviously, he didn't duck Wilder. I mean, we know Deontay Wilder admitted himself he turned the fight down, so, that's not a duck. But AJ versus Fury, this fight, I think we're getting... I'm looking for... Man, I don't think I've ever been so hyped for a fight as... Because, see, like, for me, watching boxing as long as I have, there are very few fights... Like, there are fights that I look forward to. They don't get me wrong. It's not to say I don't look forward to fights. I do. There are very few fights that make me really stop and just be like, whoa. I mean, the last time I really got properly excited, like really, really excited for a fight, was AJ Klitschko. It's not that I don't, as I said, it's not that I don't get excited for these fights. I do, but you've watched boxing for so long, you get used to seeing, big fights happening now and again, that you just kind of know, you just kind of watch them as kind of, yep, we're getting this. But with AJ Klitschko, I mean, there was so much going on, and there was so much unknown even going into that fight. I was just so hyped for that fight. This is one of them. This is a fight that I'm just so hyped for. I believe we're going to get this fight next, right? 100% believe we're going to get this fight next, right? Whereabouts, I don't know. Right, that remains to be seen. I think obviously it's going to be in the Middle East. I think irrespective of 2020, fight would have been in the Middle East. I think that the money that's on offer from people who are looking for like site fees is just so much that you could put 90,000 people in Wembley and it probably wouldn't even come close to what the site fees they're getting offered for the fight are. At the end of the day, money talks. So I suspect we're going to see a lot of big fights happen in the Middle East moving forward, irrespective of what. I think that the money that's being offered is just vast. So I think I can easily see a lot of fights taking place, big fights taking place in the Middle East, because there's just the money is so much there. I mean, like, seriously, most people are just like, well, we'll take that big wad of cash, thank you, and it doesn't really bother me because the times is actually quite good. Like, the AJ Ruiz fight was over and all by 9 o'clock. You could go out that evening. It was no problem. So it doesn't really bother. But, like, I do like having in the UK these big fights. It would be lovely to have this fight in the UK, if we had full fans. But it ain't going to happen anytime soon. Well, certainly not this side of, spring anyway. This fight, to me, I think that both guys are already trying to sell this fight. As if it needs selling. Having the two guys going back and forth, this, that, and the other, I think it just gets people talking. For me, it just gets people talking. For me, this fight, I'm convinced this is happening next. I don't know, because see, like, if you've AJ and this fight doesn't happen, who are you going to fight? You're going to fight Usyk. What if he's already going to fight Joe Joyce? What if they decide, no, we'll get those two fighting anyway? Who are you going to fight then? You're going to rematch the winner of White Povetkin? Or, well, yeah, literally both fights would be a rematch because he's fought both of them. With Fury, you're going to go and fight Wilder? Look, that would still sell, but not as good as the rematch. I've seen that fight twice already. I don't really particularly want to see it again. I kind of know the outcome. So both guys, I think, undisputed now. I think it's happening, lads. Lads and lads, I think this fight's happening next. And I think that you're seeing the back and forth, seeing the guys giving interviews, saying this about the other guy, that about the other guy, both guys going back and forth. I think this is all just to sell the fight. I think this is just the fight building. They're getting like the little bits of, social media out there, he said, she said. And whenever we get this announcement, which I suspect might even be in the next few weeks, I wouldn't even be shocked if we get it, at like Povetkin versus Dylan White in Gibraltar. Maybe not both guys there, then and there, but maybe Eddie Hearn will announce it or something like that. I reckon we're getting this fight soon. Alright? I'm thinking this fight's going to happen. I've done kind of streams on it, but I've not really sat and had to, talk to the camera about it. I think we're getting this fight next. I am buzzed for this fight. I really, really am. And I don't really care where it is as long as we get it. Simple as long as we get this fight, I really don't care where it is. That's my thoughts on this. I just said I'd have a quick little video touch on it, kind of just face-to-face camera, as opposed to a live stream, because the live streams go a bit crazy, as we've seen with the last few days, with some of the comments, subscribing to other channels, they were funny. But yeah, I'm said I do a little just want to. I'm not gonna talk about who I think will win. People kind of know my stance on that. I'll talk about that maybe some other time. But for now, I think we're getting this fight next, whenever, summertime, in the Middle East, wherever. I think we're getting it next. I think both guys are starting to get the back and forths in, because they know that this fight is going to need to be, as if it doesn't need to be hype, but having those little things to say, he said this, she said this, maybe they think it just adds to it from a PR point of view. I don't know. Lads, let me know in the comment section what you think. When are we going to get this fight? Who do you have? You think this is kind of a bit of PR, both guys going back and forth? Let me know in the comment section. Hope you liked the video. Smash the like button if you did. Subscribe, of course, if you're new to the channel, if you like the content. #GMansRocks, all that good stuff. Lads and lassies, I'll talk to you. Peace.